In this video, I want to teach you the art of speaking and how this skill can make you a millionaire. Because if I look back at the time before I started my business, before I started becoming the man I am today, I had zero social skills. I was absolutely the guy that you wouldn't notice in class. Like literally, I was the guy that I was shy about everything. I didn't know how to talk to people, especially girls. I was just the loser in the corner. Literally. And if you look at me now, 6 years later, I'm living a totally different life. I would argue that I mastered the art of speaking for myself. I have zero problems with speaking in front of hundreds of people. I've spoken on the stage with 200-300 participants. I've hosted events with hundreds of people. I can speak here on YouTube without any anxiety. Back then, I got crippling anxiety from whenever I had to speak to important people or girls. And in my opinion, the skill of speaking is one of the most important skills that you need to learn in order to become rich. Because someone that is scared of every interaction, how should you encounter new business? How should you talk to people? It just doesn't work. I want to teach you how you can go from the shy Ben at 16-year-old to multimillionaire Ben, 22 years old, by learning the art of talking. Art of talking. And there's a few key things that you can do, that you can implement. Because first of all, you need to understand that it is a skill. It is a skill. I don't believe in the fact that you can be predetermined to not be able to talk. Like, I think it's literally a skill that's based on experience. The more you go out and talk and are forced to talk, it teaches you how to speak better, how to be more under control of your language, how to create emotions in the person that's listening to you. That literally is a skill. And first of all, you need to acknowledge that learning how to talk is a skill, or else if you think it's some magic that just hits some people and doesn't hit others, then you're never gonna make it. So first of all, you need to learn that it is a skill. Second of all, you need to speak in front of people. That speak in front of people. I was always scared of speaking in front of people. That was my biggest fear when I was 16, 17 years old. Whenever I had to go up in class to present something, my homework or whatever, I was so scared. Literally, that made me quiver. But now I don't care at all. And this only comes by speaking in front of people. That is literally the only way how you can learn to speak in front of people, is by speaking in front of people and realizing that is not that hard. The other thing you should do is feedback yourself. Feedback yourself. Whenever you have recordings of yourself speaking, analyze how you speak, what you can do better the next time. I always do that when I record YouTube videos. I always watch them back at least 2, 3, 4 times and try to analyze what I can do better in the next videos. This is super, super, super important. And the other way you can do it is literally, I've done this before, to stand in front of a mirror and talk to yourself and analyze how does your gesticulation work, how does your face look. That's how you can become a better speaker in this way. Then, one of my core philosophies is that if you become successful at life and you crush your goals, then you become magnetic. Then you have this energy that no one can take from you. That everyone that has a friend that became super successful or that became successful himself knows what I'm talking about. You have this aura, this energy that it just screams value. And if you have this, then talking will be so much easier. It's hard to describe, but it's some sort of magic that happens when you crush your goals. Crushing your goals. Because whenever you crush your goals, you will become more confident in yourself. And what is public speaking all about? What is speaking to a multi-billion-dollar businessman all about? You need to have confidence in the fact that you're allowed to sit where you're sitting, that you're allowed to talk where you're talking. And crushing your goals is one of the best ways to get this glow. Because everyone that surpasses their level of their age and the level of their friend groups becomes a super magnetic person. It becomes much easier to listen to them, because I noticed this myself. It's much easier for me to talk and to catch people with my speaking than it was a couple years ago when I was in school, because what did I have to talk about? And clearly this cannot happen like this. This involves failure. This involves getting out of yourself. This involves climbing higher than you might expect. It literally becomes just building yourself. Because if you build yourself, you have a different frequency of blood flowing through your veins. You have this super, super high energy and this value that cannot be taught. So the moral of the story is, keep going, do these 3 things, and besides that, focus on crushing your goals. Focus on building this high value glow. Because there's hundreds of videos about the 5 tips how to become a rhetorical genius, and this is all bullshit, because there's no 5 tips that will make you a charismatic person. Charisma can only be built. And how can it be built? By the inside and by experience. Those are literally only 2 ways how you can build charisma and master the art of talking. Like, go ahead and watch all these other 7 tips to become more charismatic. It's all faking. That's also another point. You cannot fake this, because people have a sixth sense for this bullshit. They will feel if you are faking to be charismatic, if you say things you cannot fake the authenticity that will be created when you have the value flowing in your veins. This sounds pretty weird, but I think you get what I mean. That don't try to be charismatic, a charismatic, well-spoken millionaire tomorrow. It will take time. It will take rebuilding yourself. It will take gaining experience, failing. I've had times when I spoke in front of hundreds of people and I was nervous. I almost shit my pants, seriously. You cannot just buy a course and learn how to be well-spoken. It just doesn't work like that. So be patient, keep on crushing your goals, and always, always, always try to feedback yourself and try to get feedback from others. Whenever I went to dinner with my existing business partners and new business partners, we always have the feedback loop where after the dinner, my guy tells me, look, this, you didn't do well. You could have done this better. You could have responded to this question better. Here it sounded kind of insecure when you said this. And this is exactly the feedback you need. If no one of your friends want to give it to you, maybe first of all, you should find new friends, because that's what friends are about, helping each other. Or you should also try to feedback yourself. This is the moral of the story. Learn these skills. Become a millionaire by learning how to talk.